Hi guys, hope you're doing well. So today I have a tutorial for you, and it's basically this look that I'm wearing right now. And fall and fall inspired looks always come with a kind of a deep berry lip, and I wanted to do a tutorial that was a little bit different in the sense that having a bold lip does not necessarily mean having a nude eye. I totally agree when it comes to bold lips that your eye makeup shouldn't be as heavy, but it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be so nuded out. And I still wanted to play with color, I still wanted it to be defined, but I didn't want either of them to kind of compete with each other. I kind of just wanted it to be that I have my eyes are statementy, they didn't have to look so you know, plain Jane and kind of like not defined. I've still got my defined eyes, but my lips still steal the show. So I hope you enjoyed it, and let's get started. First off, I've obviously put cream on my face and eye cream and serum and everything. And then I'm using my camouflage cream, and this is just by Dermacolor. I'm in the shade D55, and it looks like this. And basically I just use my ring finger and I spread it where all my scars are. So it's mostly around my chin and mouth area. I think I had like this really bad hormonal change. My levels must have just gone really haywire because this is the first time I'm ever actually breaking out like hormonally. So it was a very new experience for me. But I do have a video on acne clearing and stuff like that with the Marie Badescu line, and that really helped. So at least I knew what to do. So I just go a little bit where I've got redness, which is around my nose, typical areas. And I like this because it covers up and it conceals really nicely, but it's not too like full duty coverage. So I think it looks okay. Okay, so once that is done, I normally go straight to my foundation, and I just use the YSL one. It's the new one, the Touche Éclat La Teinte, and I'm in BD50, and I use a buffing brush, or the Expert Face Brush from Real Techniques. I put a pump, and then I basically just dot this along all over my face, and then kind of blend it in. I try not to put too much where I already just put the concealer, and if I do go around those areas I kind of stipple it on a little bit more because I don't want it to you know, smudge where I've already just tried to conceal. And I basically just buff it around. I really hope you can see. I hope this works, guys. Let me know, because I've never really filmed a tutorial in this position before. And this foundation is fantastic because it's light. I only put a pump, but it's really evened out my skin, and it basically doesn't even look like I have any scars or any imperfections, which is amazing. I really like that. So that is my face now. So you can tell I've got foundation on, but I mean, you know, I don't think it looks too cakey or anything. And then I just set that, and I use my Chanel loose powder, this is the translucent 2, with the Real Techniques powder brush, and I just basically swirl it in, tap it off, and kind of go like that. I don't know how to explain that, but just basically down my T-zone, and then any excess I just kind of powder off. It's really not to give me any more coverage, it's really purely just to set my makeup, and I feel like it really helps. I definitely notice a difference when I don't put this on versus when I do. So that is that. Then I like to do my eyebrows. Now I typically use my Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil, but I'm trying out the YSL one, which is the number 3, and it's really nice because it's kind of like an ashy medium color. And I like to start with the arch of my eyebrows, and I just do gentle long strokes. My eyebrows really need to get done. Don't have time at the moment, but as you can see, just filling them in like a little bit just makes them really more clean. So just go with the shape of your brow and fill in any like areas that you need filling in. And I suggest like holding the pencil further towards the ends so that you're lighter handed and you can do longer strokes. I think that's key. Rather than trying to do it like this, you'll go much harder on yourself and it'll be like more pasted on. But if you hold it at the end, you're a little bit more gentler. And then with the spoolie bit, I just kind of brush up and kind of just shape them how I want. But as I said, my eyebrows are really, really bad at the moment, so don't take any brow advice from me. Then I use my Anastasia brow gel. It's a clear gel and it just keeps my eyebrows in place, and I absolutely love this. This is one of my holy grail products because my eyebrows are really long and they can fly around, so this just keeps that in place all day long. Then I use my Armani Master Corrector number 2, and this just kind of corrects underneath my eyes, so it kind of evens out my skin complexion. It kind of matches my under eye with the rest of my face, and this is just the correcting part, so it's a 2-step process. I really like this. It works so well. Sorry, I don't even know if you can see. I hope the lighting is okay. I'm doing this early in the morning, but so that's kind of corrected my skin. Let's see if that works. And then I'll go on top with the Giorgio Armani Maestro Eraser. This is in the shade number 5, and this is a dark circle corrector or concealer, so specifically for your dark circles, and it has treatment in it too, which is fabulous, so that you put it on, it not only conceals your dark circles, but it also is treating them at the same time, which is really, really great. So you don't have to just rely on your morning and nighttime eye cream to do this. You have something that's working throughout the whole day. And I love that. They're just bright. It doesn't necessarily like highlight or brighten underneath, but it just makes everything look the same color, and I love that. And you can always like highlight underneath if you want to make it even more brighter, but I just like that natural effect. And then I'll start to contour with my Chanel Tan de Soleil bronzer, and I have this mineral powder by Sephora, and I just contour my face with this basically really lightly. I just kind of swirl it in like that and just buff it upwards and kind of shape my face. Then I get a little bit more and I shadow underneath my chin because I have like a floppy chin, and if I shadow it there, it kind of makes it look slimmer. And then, you know, just bring a little bit on the hairline. It's very subtle though. It shouldn't even look like you have any bronzer on. And then I use a YSL blush, number 3, it's my current favorite. I think it's called Caramel, and the Real Techniques blush brush. Just dab it on, like on the side, and I kind of just go above where I place my bronzer. Okay. And then I use my NARS Pro Prime eyeshadow base. Again, this is one of my holy grails. It's been featured in so many of my videos because it's just amazing. And this keeps my eyeshadow in place all day, all night long. I don't even worry about it anymore. The only things I worry about now is reapplying my lipstick and just making sure that my face doesn't melt it off. I don't ever have to worry about my eyeshadow like kind of creasing just a little bit or not. So that is my face. I know I'm rambling too much, but I feel kind of awkward if I'm sitting in silence. Then with my Sleek palette, this is what I've been using. I just use a flat shader brush and I go into this color, and I believe it's called Shalimar, and it's a really nice taupey light brown, and I kind of just pat this all over my lid. And it's really nice because it just brightens up that area without looking stark, and it also makes my eyelids look really kind of bigger, and I think it opens up my eyes a lot, so I really like that. And then with a blending brush, I went into this color here, and it's kind of like a I don't know, like a tan orangey brown, and I place this right above my crease, and it gives a really nice shading effect. It's really, really pretty. It's like the perfect crease color, like absolute perfect, because it just warms up your eyes, but it doesn't like steal the show either. So that is what it looks like at the moment. And then I went into this color here, which is like a taupey brown, kind of metallic, really nice, kind of circle in my blending brush, and then I just work this in the corners right here, so it just kind of deepens it up, and it kind of adds like a little bit more cool to it, because like the orange one warmed it up, and now I'm putting this one on, which is cool toned a little bit but deep, and I think it just kind of balances all out again. And remember, I'm doing kind of a bold lip, so you know, typically people say, oh, you know, when you're wearing a bold lip, you should always just do a neutral eye, and vice versa. And I agree, but sometimes you don't want to do that. Sometimes you want to do like a bit more on your eyes. You know, you still want your eyes to stand out, and you want your lips to stand out. And I find that this is like a really good. It's much more bolder than I normally go for, but it works. You know, I don't think either or steals the show. Or in fact, I think that the lipstick still is the focal point, but your eyes don't have to look so boring and nude. So that is that. And then with the tip of this flat shader brush, I'll go into the burgundy. This is my favorite, and that's where I add the color, and I add the color right underneath here, underneath my lower lash line. Let's see if you can see. And you can kind of like just smudge it and do whatever you want, really. But don't bring it down too much, because it is a red shadow underneath your eye, and you don't want to look like you've been bruised or punched or anything. And then to kind of continue it up, I dip it again in there, and then just right at the tip here, I place the red shadow, so it has like that continuation, so it doesn't look so weird that you've just put like a red shadow on the bottom. It kind of blends up here, and you just kind of blend it ever so slightly. And then finally, with a flatter, bigger brush, this is the 227 by MAC, I'm going in a warmer highlight color. This is like a yellowy matte color, and I just place this underneath my brows, and this just kind of lightens up that area, and I think it really completes the whole look. I'm all about highlighting, and it doesn't necessarily have to be shimmery, but even a matte color just looks really nice, and this also helps blend out the top edges as well. So it doesn't even look like I've got much going on there, but there is. And then you can put black eyeliner on, but I don't like that. I think that will just make it look too going outy type thing. So I use a brown eyeliner, and this is the Burberry Midnight Brown No. 2 eyeliner pencil. And I just place it on top right here, really like pushing it into my lashes, so you can't even see that line. And then you can just run it through your waterline, and that will just deepen it up a little bit, but kind of define it a bit more. And then finally, you just put your mascara on, and I'm going to use my new one. It's the Givenchy Noir Couture Mascara 4-in-1. It's supposed to volumize, lengthen, curl, and treat. So this is the first time I'm opening it, and I'm super excited. And it looks like that. looks really fun. And I find with like my best mascaras, I tend to not like them the first one or two times that I use them, and then I love them. And I don't know if that's because either air gets into the tube or it dries up a little bit, or my lashes just kind of need to get used to it. But that's when I know if I don't like it the first time or the second time, I know to stick to it. I don't give up straight away, because I know that might mean that it's a really good mascara for me. It's such a weird way, I know, but that's how I can tell. I don't really ever count how many coats I do. I guess I do around 2, 3. I just try and make them all even. And then finally, for the fun part, the lipstick, I use my Chanel Rose Tawny lip liner. And it's a really beautiful rose colour, as it says in the name. And I just trace around my lips. Now when I did my face cream and everything, I did put a lip balm on. And my current obsession is the La Mer lip balm. You really don't need a lip liner with this lipstick, but I just feel a little bit more comfortable. And then I'm using the 107, this is the Kate Moss for Rimmel lipstick. Gorgeous berry colour, depends on how much you apply. But really beautiful, and it stains your lips. Like when you eat, when you drink, it's still on there, and it doesn't look like a lot of it's come off and it's stained. It just looks like you haven't applied as much to begin with. And then all you need to do is just, if you want to, kind of to bring a little bit more moisture back in, or to kind of like pigment it a little bit more, you just run your lipstick over it again. And it's back to how you first applied it. But this lipstick is seriously amazing. And then to top it all off, I just use the D-Slick by Urban Decay setting spray. And there you have it. So that is my fall look. So you can tell I've got my bold lips, but I've also got like a good eye going on. It's neutral, but it's not, because it has the maroon in it. It has like the warmth colors. It's not just like a basic nude eye. Still something's going on there, but I don't think that either of them compete for anything. I think they go really well, and I still think my lips win. Do you know what I mean? It's like still standing out, and it's just that you don't have to have like a nude eye and make it really basic. You can still add some colors and add some depths to it, and I really like this look. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed my ramblings. I will shut up next time, but yeah, let me know if this worked out, and if you'd like to see more tutorials, because I love doing them. It's just I need to kind of tweak them a little bit.